Hello, Goal Getters. This is Tony Woodall, your host for Goal Getting Podcast and the Goal Getting Quote of the Day. Hey, I'm so glad you are back to listen to us today. If this is your first time listening, thank you very much for joining us today. This is the Goal Getting Podcast Quote of the Day, and I love to share quotes that mean something to me or to the guests that are on my podcast. And I ask all of my guests if they have a quote that hangs on their wall or one that means something to them that has helped them get to where they are today. And today's quote is not from one of my guests, well, at least not yet. I do hope to have him on as a guest one day. And, if you know SirRichard Branson, please let him know that I would love to have him as a guest on my podcast, Goal Getting Podcast. Get it right. He can reach me at, okay, I'm just kidding. No, really, I'm not, but I'm not really kidding, but I would love to have him on my show because SirRichard Branson is really one of my favorite entrepreneurs and businessmen. He has turned most of the ideas that he's had into some amazing businesses and some great adventures. He's a great humanitarian, philanthropist, and a motivator to millions, me included. I'm going to give you two great quotes in one today from SirRichard Branson. The first one is really just a statement, but it could easily be thought of as a quote. SirRichard Branson said, "Opportunity favors the bold," and this is a lesson that I learned early on and have used it to guide the Virgin story, and he really has, and that's an amazing truth that he talks about, and you can tell that he takes every opportunity that he can to be bold, because he's just very bold, and he does bold things, and it's really paid off for him in most cases, but he's going to be the first one to tell you that not all of those opportunities that he's tried have succeeded. And one of the most famous quotes that I've seen a lot lately on social media sites is one that I personally have learned early on as well, and it's one that I've lived by in my own life and career. So listen to this quote and pay close attention. If somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure if you can do it, say yes. Then learn how to do it later. So that's Richard Branson's fantastic quote, and you really have to pay really close attention to what he says there. If somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not quite sure how to do it, say yes anyway, and then learn how to do it later. The key to what he's saying is you have to seize the opportunities when they come your way, even if you don't know how to do it. You can always learn how to do it later. But you may not know how to do it, but if it's really a great opportunity, it may not come your way again, so grab it while it's there and learn it when you can. Now, I worked for Fannie Mae years ago in their warehouse, and I had taught myself how to install the software on the computers that we sold. And I was learning to talk to the people in the software support area. And when they asked me if I wanted to work in the software support area, I had no idea what that was doing. I didn't know anything about software or programming or, supporting software or how to even talk about mortgages. But I said yes. I knew I wanted out of the warehouse for sure and into a higher paying job. And I figured I could learn what I needed. And I did. Then, when they sold the company actually to another company, less than a year later, this new company took only 27 of the 150 people that were on staff. I was one of the 27. How about that? That was just totally amazing to me. I didn't expect it at all because I had just started learning the program and had come from the warehouse. I really didn't expect them to take me. But they didn't take anyone that knew how to train the customers on the software, whether how to use it or how to program it. They asked around everybody. I remember the meeting, they said, who wants to learn how to do the training or who wants to do the training? Nobody volunteered but me. I said, hey, I'll do it. So I became the trainer and I had to learn how to teach people how to program the software. I had to learn it myself even better because I really didn't know it that well. I had just been trained on it and done a couple things, but I was a rookie as far as that goes. So I had to learn how to teach people how to do it. And in the meantime, I also learned better how to do it myself because you have to know what you're talking about when you're training people how to do it. So it taught me a lot of things there. So I had to learn how to teach people how to program the software that I had just learned how to use. And then I had to learn how to create training material because we didn't have any training material. It was all branded from Fannie Mae, not this new company. So I got to create the training material like I wanted it and build it out there and create the curriculum and everything for the training courses. But I had to learn how to teach people too, because I had never done that before. And I taught myself and learned how to do what I needed to do. And within the next year, I had more than doubled my salary that I had been making in the warehouse. And later, after a couple more years, when I was offered the opportunity to be a consultant by some of my clients that I was working with, I took it. I said yes. I had no idea how to be a consultant. I knew the software I was consulting on. I knew how to program it. I knew how to troubleshoot, but I had no idea, no clue on how to consult on it. I didn't know about consulting. So I got a few books, read up on how to be a consultant and what's more important in software development and all that good stuff. And I became a consultant, charging as much as $200 an hour. I went from making $17,000 a year in the warehouse to charging $200 an hour. I said yes when the amazing opportunity was offered. So you should take Richard Branson's advice. If somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. Folks, that is a great quote. That's a great thought, and please keep it in your mind. If you want to succeed, if you want to do something better than what you're doing today, take the opportunities that are offered to you, even if you don't know how to do it. This is Tony Woodall with Goal Getting Podcast. I didn't know how to podcast that well when I started, and hopefully I'm doing better. Thank you for joining us. You can go to goalgettingpodcast.com /QOD for quote of the day, QOD-011 to get this episode. You can go look at the show notes and look at the information on the computer and, follow us there and listen to the episode, listen to our podcast there. So thank you so much for being a part of the show. And if you have any questions or want to get in touch with me, you can leave a comment in the comment section of the show notes. Love to hear from you. Do you like Richard Branson? What's one of your favorite quotes of his? And we're actually going to go on a 2-week jaunt, 12 days or 10 days of opportunity quotes. Because Richard Branson has a thing where he has, the top 10 quotes about opportunity that he loves, and we're going to go over those for the next 10 days. So thank you for joining us, and let's take advantage of opportunity as we spend the next 10 days talking about opportunity. Have a great day. This is Tony Woodall, Goal Getting Podcast, and thank you for joining us. Have a great day.